everyone. Excuse me. Hello again, everyone. I'm Paul the Nitro Scars, and welcome to this edition of the Nitro Corner. Today is Saturday, and it's time for part 2 of my weekend report. I'll have the SmackDown report, and then the Nitro Top 10, and sort of a change in my Achievement Awards presentation. So let's get right into it. We'll begin with a SmackDown report from last night. It all began with a great street fight as Randy Orton was at the top of his game as he defeated Cody Rhodes in the street fight. No doubt Randy Orton, if he wanted to, he would demand a shot at the Intercontinental Championship, but that is not what, that is not what Randy Orton wants. Randy Orton wants a shot at the World's Heavyweight title. Excuse me, a little gas today, excuse me. Anyway, Randy Orton certainly has dispatched the services and the challenge of Cody Rhodes in my mind. Next up, Ted DiBiase Jr. back on a roll as he defeated Tyson Kidd. Hopefully this victory will help propel Ted DiBiase back on the right track in the WWE. Next up, in a minor upset, Alicia Fox put away Natalya in a Divas matchup. Certainly Alicia Fox really stepping up her game now as the Divas division is looking pretty interesting as far as who will get the next shot at the title. Currently right now it is Eve Torres, who won a Battle Royal this past Monday night on Raw to earn the #1 contender's position. Next up, it was supposed to have been Christian versus Sheamus. But of course, Christian had to stick his nose in the Big Show's business after the Big Show vowed that he was going to knock people out. I mean, the power of the knockout, folks. The Big Show's promised he's going to knock out Mark Henry each and every week until he got a title shot. Well, Christian comes in there and says, "How can you do that, man? How can you promote violence, man? I'm from Canada. We don't promote that stuff." It's like, Christian, relax. I know what you're going to do. And then Big Show is going to scratch his chin. Christian's like, "I know what you're going to do. I know how you're going to set that up." Big Show is like, "Relax, Christian, relax. I was just scratching my chin." Turned out to be a choke slam. Christian got drilled. Well, because of that, Christian felt that he couldn't not wrestle Sheamus. So Christian forfeited the match, but it was a substitution because Wade Barrett substituted for Christian, and thanks to some botched interference from Christian, Wade Barrett rolled up Sheamus and scored a win over him. After the matchup, Christian came in there and gave Sheamus a spear. You can best believe Sheamus is going to be on a tear like he did in the back dressing room right after Christian's butt. After the match was over, and you can expect more of that between Sheamus and Christian down the road. Next up, Sin Cara defeated a newcomer named Epico by disqualification as Humiko interfered in the matchup. The man formerly known as Sin Cara Azul. They delivered a 2-on-1 beatdown on Sin Cara. Look forward to Epico and Humiko in the near future in the luchador style in the WWE. And then in the main event, Mark Henry defeated Daniel Bryan by disqualification because the Big Show interfered. He came in there, knocked out Mark Henry. Knocked him out. Or so we thought. He was going to try to get Daniel Bryan to cash in that Money in the Bank contract. Well, it never happened. The bell never rang. Mark Henry rang Daniel Bryan's bell, though, by delivering the World's Strongest Slam. And then, a clothesline, I believe. And then Big Show tried to interfere. Mark Henry nailed him with a briefcase, delivered the World's Strongest Slam to the Big Show. Well, Theodore Long came out at the end of the program and stated that at the Survivor Series, it was going to be the Big Show versus Mark Henry in a rematch for the WWE World's Heavyweight Championship. And that ended SmackDown for this past Friday night. Overall, it was a pretty good show. Randy Orton scoring a big win. Daniel Bryan coming close, but oh so far in defeating Mark Henry. The Big Show trying to knock out Mark Henry, although Mark Henry delivered the World's Strongest Slam. Overall, good show this past Friday on SmackDown. And now it is time for the Nitro Top 10 for this week. It's been a pretty interesting week, to say the least. Let's begin. Number 10 on our top 10 is Sin Cara. Sin Cara defeated Epico by disqualification, only to suffer a beatdown at the hands of Humiko and Epico you can best believe that situation is going to escalate in the coming weeks on SmackDown. Number 9 this week is Alicia Fox. She pulled a minor upset by beating Natalya Neidhart this past Friday night on SmackDown. Number 8 this week is Jeff Hardy. He and Mr. Anderson scored a disqualification win over Jeff Jarrett and Bully Ray, only to be beaten down by Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner and that chain. Jeff Hardy definitely looking forward to facing Jeff Jarrett one-on-one. Number 7 this week is the Viper, Randy Orton, as he finally silences the challenge of Cody Rhodes by beating him in a street fight this past Friday on SmackDown. Number 6 this week is Eve Torres. Eve Torres is once again the #1 contender for the Divas title held by Beth Phoenix, as Eve won a Battle Royal this past Monday night on Raw. Number 5 is the British Bomber, Wade Barrett. Wade defeated Sheamus this past Friday night on SmackDown despite the interference of Christian. A big win for the British Bomber, Wade Barrett. Number 4 this week on our countdown, our top 10, is the world's strongest man, the heavyweight champion of the world, Mark Henry, as he scored a disqualification win over Daniel Bryan. Unfortunately for Mark Henry, he's got to face the Big Show at the Survivor Series in a return match. Number 3 is John Cena. Good news for John Cena this past Monday night. The Rock has accepted John Cena's request to be his tag team partner, and then he defeated The Miz in the main event this past Monday night on Raw. Number 2 is the brand new TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions, the Queen Bee, Madison Rayne, who's now a double champion via the fact that she's also the DCW Women's Champion, and Gail Kim. They defeated Tara Miss Tessmacher to win the Knockout Tag Team titles on Impact this past Thursday. And now, once again, we have a brand new #1 wrestler in the Nitro Top 10, and he is the brand new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Robert Roode, as he shocked the world by beating James Storm with a beer bottle and turning his back on the fans to become TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And that is your Nitro Top 10 for this week. Now, before we go, I mentioned yesterday about the Achievement Awards presentations. Well, I've decided an editorial decision. I'm going to combine it all into one special. It will be released later tonight. You will get the official nominations for each award from Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and I credit Pro Wrestling Illustrated for that. And I'll give you my picks for this year's Achievement Awards. Watch out for that later on tonight, and let me hear what you think should deserve the award in each category. I welcome your comments on my channel, the Rest 101 channel. And that is it for this edition of the Nitro Corner. Until later tonight with the Achievement Awards nomination special, as well as the classic match of the week tomorrow. Until then, I'm Paul the Nitro Skyver saying, so long everybody.